All right, hello again, everyone. I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools, and I'm joined once again by Dr. Carissa Dodson. And Dr. Dodson has been so gracious to, again, just guide us along the summer learning camp process. And today's segment is going to focus in on just kind of, as we talked about, putting a bow on everything that we talked about in previous videos and maybe some more questions that she's had since we've done previous segments before. Want to remind you again, the informational link is up and our previous videos are on there as well. But Dr. Dodson, let's just get right into it. What are some items you really want to get points to get across today?
So today I want to focus on just some reminders and some dates to remember, which we've talked about in previous, but these are the things that are coming up. So some of the reminders are for locations. Since the initial announcement went out on Skyward, almost said Facebook, but Skyward. Since the initial announcement went out on Skyward, we have had some changes in our locations. And so, for example, Rutland and LZ Patton will be our K4 locations. And so initially we had Mount Juliet Middle School as one of our elementary locations.
Which is no longer the case.
Correct. Now it is just 5-7 because a lot of the things that'll be going on this summer due to the changes with Stoner Creek, we could not have all of the students in the building. So a major change is if you had picked Mount Juliet Middle School for an elementary student, they will be going to LZ Patton. So just want to make sure that everyone understands that. You will be getting information next week from your site. The registration is closed.
Right.
So we will be doing rosters and we will be assigning your student to a teacher. So just like in a regular school year, your teacher will be calling you. They will be giving you all of the information so that you're really up to date on what's going on.
And all this information, again, will be reflected in our link that's being pushed out this week for summer learning camp. So that updated information will be there, correct?
Yes.
So don't feel like, no, what did you just say? And let me make sure that lines up with what I had originally planned. All this information, again, is going to be on our informational link, so you won't be lost there because, again, I got a sneak preview of the link, and there's a lot of information there that you certainly want to digest and look over so you can plan better accordingly for summer learning camp. What else do you have today?
I did want to make a correction on transportation.
All right.
So one of the things that we had initially said was that they could attend the Kids Club at the summer camp location. However, once we started getting all of our numbers in, it was just too big.
Sure.
And so we will offer shuttle service back to your zone school for Kids Club afterward, but they will have to go back to their zone school for Kids Club. There's just not enough room. Same thing in the mornings. If a student needs Kids Club in the morning, they go to their zone school, then they can catch the shuttle to the learning camp from Kids Club. So while we had thought that would be a great, easy way for kids to be there, it just didn't work out with staffing and size of the camps.
There's I guess you could say it is a little bit of a moving target on a lot of things, and there's had to been revisions along the way, and I know that that just comes with it, and I know that our families out there are understanding to that as well. Again, there wasn't a whole lot of time to plan this summer learning camp based on the guidance from the state that came down earlier this year. So, but our teams have just done an incredible job putting this together in the time that they've had to do that. So, is there anything else? Do you get a commonly asked question right now that sticks out the most that maybe you think, maybe we want to drive that home again to for families who, I just see this question popping up a lot. Is there one that sticks out?
When will I get more information?
Hey, that seems, I get that question a lot.
Everyone's making plans for summer and they want to know exactly when. That information will be rolling out next week from the summer camp site locations as well as the informational link that's going out. So more information is coming.
It is coming, and you'll be updated every step of the way. And I know that as people try to make those plans on what they're doing for their summer calendars and things like that, and we understand that, so don't think that's getting lost in translation at all, because we know that the time off from the summer, not only is it a great time for summer learning camp, but it's a great time for family time too.
Absolutely. And so we're very sensitive to that. So just know that we are taking all of those things into account and we're rolling it out as fast as we can. And I think it's going to be a great camp. I'm really excited about, the teachers are excited, the site coordinators are excited. We've got some fun things planned for the kids. So
yeah, and I encourage you to go back and maybe if you've got maybe during the evenings, or if you got some downtime at some point on our informational site that we'll be pushing out. Again, all our previous conversations with Dr. Dotson are there, and you can read through some things on the site, but sometimes in Dr. Dotson's just great personality, she can tell you all about some of the things that are going on at the camps, and it is very exciting. There's a lot of good things that'll be planned for the students through these summer learning camps. So, having said that, last chance, anything else, or you think you're good to go on,
just
on this
those
segment?
dates to remember, and I will be done.
Dates to remember, and she says that she's done. But again, you've seen Dr. Dotson's email and phone number at the bottom of this video. Feel free to reach out to her for any questions. She's there to help. If she doesn't have the answer for you right away, she will get to you or direct you to the person that maybe that you do need to refer your question to, or maybe she'll try to get that answer for you. She has been tremendous to this Q&A process for summer learning camp, so don't hesitate. Feel free to reach out to her. She's there for you.
Yeah, and registration is closed. So
seemed like maybe that's a commonly asked question that you do get. Again, registration for this went out, or the interest form for this went out some months back, and just due to staffing purposes and a lot of logistical things, a lot of behind the scenes things, no more registration or no more applicants are going to be permitted to the summer learning camp because space was very limited to begin with, and now we're way past the timeline for getting new people enrolled in this. Now, let me ask you this before we go. The waiting list, is that still going, or are we still going through the waiting list of this process at this point?
The waiting list deadline was Wednesday.
Wednesday, okay.
So that is complete as well.
Okay.
So registration is closed.
Registration is closed for all intents and purposes. So, again, this information, information for these camps is now for people who are solidified and confirmed and ready to go for camp, correct?
Yes. So our important dates to remember. The first one is May 27th.
May 27th.
From 5 o'clock to about 6 o'clock. It may be a little bit less. We will have a district-wide orientation. So all the families are invited to come to the ATC here at Central Office in the auditorium, and we will have a district-wide orientation talking about scheduling, overall camp things, and just welcoming you. You can meet your site coordinators. Some of the teachers will be there as well, and so we will have that on May 27th.
Okay.
The next one is June 10th.
Okay.
June 10th, right before the June 14th start date, we will have open houses at each of the sites.
Okay.
So it will be a drop-in from 4 to 6.
Okay.
That is what most of the sites are doing. There may be one site that is doing a Zoom, but that is to be determined.
Okay.
Whether they're going to allow visitors into the building.
Again,
but at this point,
more
4 to 6.
information will be
Yes.
coming on that if there's any changes on that. But again, you'll have more details on these open houses and the orientation night as well in the coming days.
Yes, and the open house is so important because your student may be going to a different school that they've never been in.
Right.
So they'll know where to go. That can ease some tensions that kids have. They can meet their teachers, they can meet the site coordinators, see the room that they're going to be in. It's just going to be a fun night to come in and get them excited about summer. I do want to say that I've had the privilege of talking to many parents the last few weeks, and just the amount of excitement in families and how kind they have been and flexible. I just wanted to mention that at Wilson County, our parents have been wonderful, and I truly appreciate it.
Well, we thank you as well, and thank you for that, Dr. Dotson. She's given a lot of information, and we appreciate the time and you sharing all that you know about the Summer Learning Camp. We are excited, and we know our families and students who are involved with us are excited as well. Again, thank you for the time. As always, I'm Bart Barker with Wilson County Schools. Have a wonderful rest of the day.